Welcome to another edition of the Stack Supplement podcast, where we go down all the top stories and exciting announcements shared on our website from the past 7 days. As promised last week, we came through with our Arnold Sports Festival breakdown, or specifically the Stacked Select area at the Arnold Sports Festival going down next year in Columbus from March 1st to 3rd. Stack Select is the official name for the Stack Pavilion, where we're going to basically house some of the coolest supplements and brands and everything in between, and kind of deliver a supplement experience better than anything I've ever been to at a supplement expo. And it's geared towards supplement fans supplements, energy drinks, beverages, ingredients. So energy drinks and beverages, same thing, but functional foods and stuff like that. And yeah, we pretty much put out everything we could in that video, kind of highlighting what we've got. There's some things we haven't confirmed yet. Some things we don't have really details or any specifics yet. We have a lot of brands. I think it's 65%, maybe 70% full at the moment. And if everybody we're waiting on comes back, probably looking more like 80. But yeah, so we've got brands confirmed, exhibitors confirmed. We cannot announce them. We're not going to announce them for at least another few weeks. We'll be announcing them one by one. They won't be in like a massive group or anything like that. And we'll be making a big deal about it. And everybody in these things are going to be encouraged to do just some cool shit, basically. And as I said, we're trying to make it one of the best supplement experiences I've been to, and hopefully everyone else has been to. And it will be, a beast of a show is the plan. So stay tuned for more on that. We will be breaking down what we're doing at the Arnold UK as well. Where there is some involvement there. Not quite as specialized or I guess specific as what we have planned for the US one, but big nonetheless. And we plan on making it fun and exciting. And yeah, we'll be sharing details. Hopefully everyone goes. Every consumer out there can make it out there, especially if you've been before or haven't been before. You're going to want to go to this one. Same goes for pretty much everything brand-wide. Hopefully all brands can make it out there, and industry-wise as well. So ingredients manufacturers who do actually have a potential manufacturer planned for the thing, which will be very interesting to see presented and delivered at the show. But so anyone industry related, ingredient houses and stuff like that, we'll better get you in on the industry hour that we have planned. And yeah, stay tuned for more information. I'm going to be mentioning the shit out of this Arnold Sports Festival thing purely because it's one of the coolest things we've done. And Stacked and has always tried to do cool things to any level and extent throughout the years. And this is just one of the coolest things I could think that we've ever done in the history of Stacked. I would say right up there with Clash of the Cans, Protein Wars, our annual Brand of the Year awards. Even the Stacked Expo, Stack Certified. I mean, we've done some cool things, but this is probably one of the coolest. And I don't plan on leaving any stone unturned for our first round at it. And if we get given the second chance, I'm pretty much approaching this as if we don't get a second chance, and focus entirely on this. And hopefully it proves extremely successful, and we get the green light for another year and another year and another year, and you are all treated to a revolution in supplement experiences at an expo. And I do hate those words, game changing, industry first, and I guess confidence boasting and expressions like that. But I am very much going to be doing exactly that all the way up until the thing. So yeah, stay tuned for more information. Check out the video if you haven't, especially if you're a brand and you want to get involved, or even if you don't want to get involved in the Stack Select area and you like the idea of the industry hour or even just something on the main floor. We have got many things that we're doing with the Arnold to accommodate for people in that situation. So moving on to the regular roundup of information and announcements. The first one we're going to have is Aware Nutrition out in Sweden. So these guys started God knows how long ago. I remember when they first popped up on the radar with a pre-workout, and I think there was a protein in the mix, and they've just gradually built over the years. But this past week they dropped a clear and refreshing protein powder. Now I have no single word to describe this type of protein powder. I guess you could call it clear protein, but it doesn't really make sense. I say clear and refreshing. So basically, this is a type of protein powder that has just come on like I don't even know the word, like a ton of bricks recently, over the past year or two, it's basically grown to the popularity of vegan alternatives. And clear and refreshing protein powder, at least to my understanding or how I explain it, is it's pretty much old school HWPO. If you've been around for a while, you might know HWPO. They've done RTDs for years, and their protein RTDs were always in, like, not always, but traditionally fruity flavors. And they've been around for a long, long time. And then somewhere back in late 2010s, Dymatize did one. I know My Protein, I think they were a little bit later. There are a few brands that came out with these clear and refreshing protein powders, which are basically hydrolyzed or whey isolate powered supplements that don't have chocolate and vanilla flavors like milkshakes and traditional things like that. They opted for fruit punch, blue raspberry, cherry, tropical splash, mango, whatever. Things that were traditionally, I would say, amino flavors more commonly than protein powder. And that started slow. Now it's just a trickle effect, snowball effect, where not everybody, I would say a lot of people in Europe are doing it. We've seen a few in the US, and Aware Nutrition has joined in on the fun with a product called Clear Whey, similar name to many others who are doing that sort of protein powder in Europe. And it's as basic as, straightforward as it sounds. Pretty much like I said, you got a clear and refreshing protein powder. It is hydrolyzed whey isolate, giving you 26.8 grams of protein in a 30-gram serving, which is ridiculously lean. Generally, I would say it's not too out there to say a common realm is 25 grams of protein from 32 to 35 gram serving. Basically what that means is just how much protein you get from a per gram perspective or serving. And Aware Nutrition and Clear Whey do deliver a pretty solid amount, 26.8 grams, practically 27 at 30 gram serving. Leaves you very little room for anything else, and it doesn't do that. There's no fat or sugar, so just the remaining macros are carbs, giving you just a ridiculously low calorie count, and the flavors it is available in. As I said, this trend is known for its, I gotta stop saying trend is more of a subcategory. This subcategory of protein powders is more known for the fact that, yes, it's clear, refreshing, lean protein powders, but the flavors are fruity. And Aware Nutrition has done that with strawberry and pineapple. Straightforward tastes, but again, very fruity, not your traditional chocolate and vanilla. And this is an alternative to Aware Nutrition's other protein powders. They have 3 others maybe. They've got a casein, a vegan, and a regular blend. They also got a meal replacement, I think, as well. They might have a gainer. So they have a good selection. So this isn't exactly something they're saying, this is the only protein you have, take it or leave it. It's a nice alternative for people that want to change a pace from their blend, their isolate, their vegan, but also even a nice change of pace for those people that want, like I was saying, people that want the clear and refreshing approach with the isolate base, which I don't think they have a pure whey isolate outside of this one. Either way, it's out now in Sweden specifically, and likely other brands, other regions that Aware Nutrition has a good presence in. From there, we're going to jump on over. I might keep it in the world of the UK and Europe specifically. I'll go straight to Tyson Fury's latest. So Tyson Fury, obviously the world champion boxer, he started a brand several years ago called Fury. I don't really know how you'd pronounce it. I haven't heard anyone actually say it to me, but I'm going to say Furosity, or Furocity, I guess you could say it. Either way, it's his brand. It's Furocity. Started with an energy drink, expanded into popsicles, did a sugar-free version of his energy drink. It did caffeinated chewing gum, and just recently it did a protein bar. So showing that it's not sticking to your traditional energy drinks, it's also going to mix things up and do a protein snack. So that is basically the lineup in a nutshell. But this past week they dropped a special edition flavor, and I only say special edition because it doesn't look like any of the others. I don't think it's a limited time flavor though. I didn't see any mention of that. Maybe I could be wrong. I'm trying to just recall. No, I didn't write down limited. I didn't see any mention of limited. Basically what it is it's a gold flavor. The can is gold. The flavor itself is called Champion. So I guess you could say this is the taste of champions. But it's a champion flavor of the Furosity energy drink. And this is the original energy drink, not the sugar-free version. So it does come with a good amount of nutrition. I think it's 23.5 grams of sugar for a total of 23.9 grams of carbohydrates. So far cry from your practically no carb, calorie, sugar energy drinks. And the calories sit at 96, obviously 24 grams of carbs round out to that. But yeah, the taste itself, I believe it's described, they had a description somewhere. Oh yeah, it was a tropical fruity flavor. So I guess you could call it like a fruit punch or an exotic fruit punch, maybe. And this is different, even though fruit punch is fairly traditional. It's not like anything else that they already have available. So the other flavors that you can get already for Furiosity energy drink are sour cherry, sour apple, black and blue raspberry, and original. So those flavors have been around since the beginning, I think. Not all of them come in sugar-free alternatives. There is a sugar-free version, but again, the champion is the regular, no sugar-free. And yeah, it's out now over at the Furiosity website, as well as Iceland, which is giant UK supermarket that Furiosity is available in, and they do, I think their cans are like £1 a piece there. Ridiculously good deal. But yeah, check that one out. Nice color, nice look, very cool can. And now we're going to shoot, we'll keep it in the energy drink realm, and we're going to move on over to Gorilla Mind. So Gorilla Mind, they've been on I could say warpath this year, like just ridiculously fun launches, releases. They've been powering through, they've been ramping up, they've been nothing but awesome this year. I don't even know what to say more than that. They've been fantastic. They've been launching product after product, flavor after flavor, reformulations, and obviously I always love seeing big expansions. In fact, over the years, that has won company's our brand of the year title. When Ghost won that year, they did it with their, I believe it was the energy drink, or it might have been the protein RTD. I can't remember, because one year they did the drink, then the RTD. Huge years. And those things, just score big points with me, because one, you're entering a realm that reaches a whole different aspect. Like you go and buy a supplement stack from someone, your pre, your intro, your post, that's good, that whatever, right? You introduce a protein snack, you're opening yourself up to a whole different level of fan, and you're opening yourself up to a different area that fans who already buy from you can now get into. And Gorilla Mind has done that. It launched its first ever functional food with the peanut butter based bar, and it did its first ever energy drink, and it blew everybody away with that thing. That is they said it was going to be the most efficaciously dosed energy drink out there, and I don't think that's an incorrect statement. As far as I know, it's considered one of the most loaded energy drinks on the market. And if you're out there sitting and thinking, more about this, I don't mean RTDs. Obviously, there's a lot of RTDs that pack a little more into it. I'm saying, energy drinks, carbonated canned energy drinks. And I don't think there's very many that can compare to this thing with the highlights it has. But they made a lot of noise this year. And one of the big things that kind of encouraged that noise wasn't just the energy drink. It was the promise of, after launching the energy drink, they said they were going to launch a new flavor every month for the next 12 months. Now, I've seen pre-workout or brands do that for their pre-workout. Alpha Lion and Black Market have done that many times before. Black Market did it for years and years, and I think they eventually stopped, but then Alpha Lion has kept it going with the pre-workout of the month series. And yeah, it's a huge effort, and not only because of being able to come up with a new flavor every month, but it's even more impressive that Gorilla Mind is taking this challenge on an energy drink. Many people say that the minimums on an energy drink are incredibly high. So for Gorilla Mind to flat out say, not only are we launching an energy drink, our first ever one, a business that we have not got any experience or past in, but we're going to launch one, and we're going to say that we know it's going to be that successful that we're going to launch a new flavor every month for 12 months. I mean, I think there might have been energy drink brands out there that have done this maybe on a less frequent basis, maybe every second month. I remember Bang saying their plan was every quarter, which is releasing frequent flavors is not hard. Well, not habit. That's what I mean is not unseen before. But it's the fact that they're so damn new. That's the crazy part. But anyway, so the product launched in April. They launched another flavor in May. Then they dropped 2 in June, which I think counts to cover you for June and July. Last week they announced another one. Kind of early, I guess, if you're going specifically every month. But yeah, they announced a new flavor, Wild Grape. So that means they've dropped 4 flavors with the product launched in April. So just over 3 months, they've added 4 new flavors to the menu, doubling the original selection of exotic kiwi. I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. Citrus, orange something, vanilla, black cherry vanilla, and the Arctic white, I think it was called. The orange one, I can never remember the name. Maybe Orange Blast, Orange Rush. Anyway, so they've added 4 more since then, Wild Grape making it number 8. The other 3 are Lychee Bomb, Strawberry Candy, and Tiger's Blood. And in addition to all of the Wild Grape dropping today, I record this today, it was announced last week, it'll be launching today. They've restocked those first 4 flavors. They've restocked the other 3, the other additions outside of Wild Grape, and they put together a new variety pack. So they restocked the first 4 flavors last week, and I went in and grabbed the variety pack because I hadn't. I've been dying to get my hands on this energy drink. It sold out so quick first, and I wanted to basically give it a try, but just I wasn't fast enough. This time I got in on that variety pack as soon as it restocked, and then they announced the next flavor, Wild Grape, and that it's making another variety pack around that. So there's 2, the first one which has all 4 of the original flavors, then there's another variety pack that has all 4 of the other flavors, the Lychee Bomb, Strawberry Candy, Tiger's Blood, and the new Wild Grape. I have both of them on my way to finally try the whole bunch. I was only planning on reviewing the initial 4, the first 4, the original 4. Now I'm in for a treat because I get to try the other 4. So we're going to post up a review on that. I've been dying to see what it's like. And this is the first energy drink I'm probably excited to try and see what the experience is like, if that makes sense. As I said, Gorilla Mind's energy drink is known for its efficacious formula. It's a nootropic formula, essentially. And it's very likely going to perform beyond your traditional energy drink in terms of better focus, better energy. So, I mean, there are some complex energy drinks and beverages out there, but I don't think, out of all of the ones I've tried, I haven't tried one where I've gone, oh, that felt a little different, or I did feel the enhanced focus and cognition of that. I get it a bit with Ghost. I'm not going to lie, I actually get it a bit with Ghost in terms of clarity and a nice, smoother experience, but nothing compared to like a full-blown advanced nootropic like Brain Gains or anything like that. So I'm interested to see how this performs, both energy-wise, focus-wise, and then obviously taste. Taste is king with an energy drink. You're not going to keep grabbing an energy drink to boost, uplift on the go, or a mid-afternoon pick-me-up if it tastes like shit. And that's one of the big factors of energy drinks. Trying to find that balance of quality ingredients and then taste. So there's a lot going for Gorilla Mind. They obviously sold out, as we've posted about many times, as also why I couldn't get the variety pack after it launched. So I think there's a lot going for it, a lot of hype, which sucks sometimes because you get so excited and then when you try it, you get disappointed when it delivers what would typically be a good experience, but then because you're so jazzed, you kind of feel like, oh, that sucked ass. Either way, I'll make sure we post up a nice, unbiased, honest review on the website when it gets there. It should be here this week or next. But yeah, the Wild Grape went live today, and so did the variety pack. The next story we got is, I'm trying to balance it out, make sure we cover all of them. Yeah, we actually posted a review of Game Day. So Game Day Overtime is a beast. It's a beast. I mean, I've tried God knows how many different versions of Game Day over these years, and some of them have been more stellar than others. Obviously, Game Day was available throughout all the eras, the DMAA, DMHA, and AMP citrate eras, and it had, I think the DMHA one was probably one of the best ones I'd had of theirs. pretty sure maybe the amp citrate one was pretty badass too. I know that they had versions throughout. Either way, after that it was a little difficult. It was always going to be difficult comparing pre-workouts post amp citrate and DMHA era without them. It's just plain old what it is. But either way, Game Days from Man Sports, it's hung in there. It's made some great formulas throughout. But this one is, the latest one is a beast. I mean, we posted the review. It's in our top 5. It hasn't been put there yet. I just haven't got around to it. It's a beast. The energy and focus on this thing is ridiculous. The pumps are on point. That is one of the key parts that Man Sports has just been known for, is energy and focus. They've always been killer on energy and focus. Again, back in those high stim days, even though those stimulants did a lot of the heavy lifting, no pun intended, not all of them were great. There were some that, even though they had those stimulants, still sucked. And there were some that just nailed the crap out of it, and that Man Sports did that many times. Just incredible talent when it comes to synergy with energy and focus. But yes, so there, you can check out the full review on the website. It will be placed in our top 5. I don't know where yet. But damn, you got to try it. If you're looking for a quality pre-workout that launched this year, I think this is probably one of the best. And I'm talking brand new formulas, not like something that's been, I don't know, new flavor that's available. I'm talking products that have just rolled out this year, Game Day Overtime. First time it was available was this year. And yeah, well worth picking up. And they had it at a pretty good price, if I recall, when they launched it. They had crazy good deals. So it's a powerhouse product, nowhere near that range of the $50, $60, $70 premium stuff. So yeah, worth picking up if you're looking for one. Definitely give it a try. I said in our original posts on Game Day Overtime when it came out, when it was revealed, that just whatever it looks like on paper, expect a little more. And I cannot stress that enough. Even though the energy and focus are killer, the pumps on this thing are also ridiculous. I'm always a difficult judge on pumps. It's either fantastic or not present. And I don't mean like pumps just, oh, they're there type thing. I mean sort of you notice that the difference from when you don't have this, the power pump feels, to how it feels with this. And it's very noticeable, which, and like I said, they have some pretty quality ingredients in this thing. I think it's 9 grams of citrulline, and then you got the nitrates, which are always a damn good time. My only knock is the creatine. I'm not a big fan of creatine in pre-workouts just because, not the ingredient and its effectiveness. Obviously, this is beneficial if you have creatine every day. I mean, shit, you can't, it's just one of those ingredients you cannot say it doesn't work, because it does work. It's creatine. I just don't like it being in a pre-workout, because if I'm going to buy a creatine, I'm going to add it anyway. And if I want to have a pre-workout and get the full experience, you know, maybe I could have it without creatine, and maybe they could put something else there to boost a one-off experience, if that makes sense. So if you don't have creatine, you don't plan on taking it, and you want to have, you know, different pre-workout every day, there could have been something more in this and swapped out for the creatine, maybe just to elevate it. The problem with that is that, I mean, even if you didn't have creatine in there, and even if creatine wasn't on the label, and even if it is in there, I would pay the price that it's charging for the experience you get time and time again. It's a very nitpicky point of mine, but this thing is a beast. So even if you had 10 grams of creatine or whatever, I would still be saying it's a damn good pre-workout. It's just that, yeah, it's a beast, to say the least. So definitely check it out if you're a fan of new pre-workouts. Love the comprehensive approach and the products that we tend to rate highly. Give this one a try. Next up, we're going to pass on over to, I'm trying to make sure we cover a good balance. Nutrex. Nutrex dropped the bomb with Outlift to Burn. They finally revealed everything you need to know about the pre-workout, from the ingredients, dosages, formula, flavors, made it available on the site. So Nutrex is, I would put them in the mainstream realm, if that makes sense. They've always had products in that $30, $40 range, and then when they've introduced Outlift, it put them on a whole different level. It just kind of raised their reputation, and they've been this nice, well-rounded brand since then. And obviously with different changes over the years and different things, but the brand has obviously, I think, changed a lot of what you saw in it when that whole Outlift thing came out. It was a big deal. Yeah, so they've launched Outlift to Burn, which is intended to be that original outlift experience, so clinically fully dosed pre-workout, combined with ingredients to also help with weight loss. So a nice beast on that side. And the formula is pretty impressive. I hate it when people do hybrid pre-workouts and they sort of give you like, I don't know, let's say your typical, this is just an example, let's say you have 10 ingredients in your common pre-workout, and then someone does a hybrid pre-workout and they give you 6 regular pre-workout ingredients, and then they give you 2 for weight loss. So they minimize their overall amount. This is just based on everything being equal in this example. And then they kind of sell it for a similar price because of the whole hybrid approach. I hate it when people shortchange you on those things. What I do like is when brands go 50-50, give you 10 ingredients to match their other pre-workout, put just as much in it, they don't sprinkle shit, and it's actually giving you a lot for weight loss rather than just one ingredient just so you can call it a hybrid fat burning pre-workout. Outlift Burn does that, and it does it in loads. So on the pre-workout side, they got 6 grams of citrulline, 3.2 beta-alanine, and then for a bit of energy and focus, you got 2 grams of tyrosine, a gram of acetyl-L-carnitine, alpha GPC at 600, and then a combined 350, I think it's 350 caffeine, 350 milligrams of caffeine, split between caffeine anhydrous like caffeine malate. There's a pretty solid selection of pre-workout ingredients, but then alongside that, they have the fat burning element, and that is, like I said, they didn't shortchange you on this. You've got 1.5 alpha yohimbine, 30 milligrams of GBB for a nice intense thermogenic effect, 40 milligrams of grains of paradise, calorie burn grains of paradise, 100 milligrams of cocoa butyrol, and then this is the first supplement to feature metabolite, which is a brand new fat burn ingredient, basically promoted as fat burning electrolytes. There's a full explanation on the website of kind of what this is and kind of the idea behind it. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce this, and don't, if I'm wrong, tell me. It is dodecanidinoic acid combined with electrolytes. And so the idea is that it helps encourage your body to use fat for fuel as opposed to, I guess, any other energy source. And that's kind of the I guess, the basic summary. There's a lot more to it on our site and Nutrix's site going over it, but this is the first product to use metabolite in its formula. And I think it's pretty cool that it's first used in a hybrid, in a hybrid that's not playing around. So yeah, definitely check that out. Got more information on the website. We're going to close up with 2 big stories. I'm not going to speed through them either. So the first one I'm going to close out with is from MyoBlocks. This kind of came as a bit of a surprise. So MyoBlocks has been a beast throughout the years. I mean, I don't even know how to say it. Like, they've been a creative powerhouse since they popped up on my radar. They were kind of one of the brands that pioneered flavor series, special edition products where they would make a flavor series, like the same flavor for many different pre-workouts, brand all of those many different supplements, and brand all of those supplements so they look like they're in the same family as opposed to how the other flavors of those products are branded. Hence the name flavor series. But not only that, they would change it up. They would switch the formula to kind of give a different experience. Still very much similar to the original. And so for MyoBlocks case, they would do special edition flavors of Skywalk, which is the signature nootropic, and they would twist the formula a bit, add some of this, take away some of that, whatever, give it that special flavor, but still keep it core to what Skywalk is, make it about energy and focus. So it's a pretty cool thing that they've always done over these years, and again, it's been fun to watch, incredible watch, their growth and everything like that. But last week, someone messaged us about saying that they were going away. Now, I don't know what that means. So I reached out to kind of get some information, and it's still a little bit thin. But the message on their site says that they're going away. So they changed their website recently from myoblocks.com to myoblocksusa.com. And then it said they're going away. And I wasn't sure at all what that meant. So I reached out, and again, I haven't heard anything. But obviously the first thing you think of as they're going away means they're disappearing, fading out, discontinuing. I don't really know what it means. That's all I'm gathering from the phrase going away. And I suspect, like I said, it means that going away for a while, going away for good. I don't really know, and I haven't heard any confirmation from anyone yet as to, because usually people would say we're saying goodbye, farewell, discontinuing, and they answer questions. There are a few questions in the social posts that just weren't answered about this thing. So I didn't really know. I didn't want to assume. All we said is that that message is on their site saying they're going away. And to further, I guess, support what we feel like it might be, they're doing a clearance sale. Clearance means clearing out. Get rid of everything that they have. And it's a good deal, 40% off. You love MyBlocks, get in on it. But I don't know what the future holds for the brand or what this all means. But if I'm going to, again, take the words as much as the English language treats them of going away, means they are gone and not coming back, or gone temporarily and coming back soon, or I don't really know. If they were coming back revamped, going away seems like a poor choice of words. So maybe you would have gone with, we're refreshing our lineup, we're changing. It leads you to believe they're going away. So I don't really know. When we get more information, I'll share it. But it's sad to see a brand who made such a huge impact and had some cool shit over the years just fade out like this. Like, okay, put up a message saying going away. I'm hoping it's not that. And I look forward to being told otherwise. But when we get information, we'll share it. But for now, if you're a MyBlocks fan, they're clearing out their supplements. They're saying they're going away. It's 40% off. Get everything while you can, even if they're not going away for good. Even if they're not going away for temporarily. 40% off is an unmissable deal. I think the discount, we had some examples. Yeah, their pre-workout locos at $26.99 and their nootropic skywalkers at $25. That's not a deal to waste your time on. So yeah, the next story we have, the last story we have, is the kind of reconfirmation of what we had last week, essentially. So Podium Nutrition announced a collaboration with Matt Fraser, obviously legendary CrossFit champion Matt Fraser, and his training program, HWPO Training. So they teamed up for 3 products, and we suspected them to be completely new products, and that has turned out to be the case. So the line is launching this week, and then last week they revealed them one by one, outlining exactly what you're getting. So all of these supplements are for categories that Podium already has something in, but they have alternative approaches. Whether it means something more complex, simplified, cheaper, whatever. They're different to what they already have, which is pretty damn cool to see. And I'm gathering the angle is like, obviously, Matt Fraser and HWPO coming together and making supplements that they think is more fitting for them and their audience and their customers. So again, very cool to see. But yeah, the details are on the site. So the protein powder is called, I think it's whey isolate whey protein. Very straightforward. But the catch with this is that, again, it's an isolate protein, so not a blend like their current protein powder, and it's enhanced with Velocitol to double the power of your protein. So Velocitol has shown to help with double muscle protein synthesis, basically get more out of your protein in terms of your body than without Velocitol, leading to better recovery, muscle gains, and stuff like that. Then you have HWPO salt and electrolytes. Now this is, so I think the other Podium supplement available that's similar to this is salt and hydro, or hydro and salt, which is a BCAA with electrolytes to help with hydration and recovery. The HWPO salt and electrolytes is essentially a simplified version. It doesn't have any aminos. It's purely electrolytes, purely about hydration, and it's kind of elevated, makes it more, I guess, more beneficial by putting double the electrolytes that you get per serving of hydro and salt, or I don't remember the name of the original one, but you get twice as many electrolytes in the HWPO salt and electrolytes as you do in Podium's two-pronged approach, the amino with electrolytes. Then you have Athlete Pre-Workout, which is the pre-workout of the HWPO collaboration. And this is kind of, I was surprised by this. Not to knock it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's a beast. But it's just a very, very different approach. So Podium's regular pre-workout is nothing to shy away from. It's a beast. It's premium pre-workout, quality brand. But the HWPO pre-workout called Athlete's Pre-Workout is quite different, very different entirely. it's basically a simpler supplement. And this is one of those things where I see people say, I would have liked a bigger variety of ingredients. And then you give them a bigger variety of ingredients, but to fit the budget, you lower the dosages or don't overload the dosages as much. And then you say, well, I'd rather a shorter list of ingredients with good dosages. And that is essentially what this is. So I don't know the price, which is going to be a huge factor, because if you sold me, I don't know, a product, a pre-workout that was worth $20 for 50, it's obviously not worth it at 50. But if you sold me a product that was $50 at 20, it's really worth it. So I don't know the value of this yet. I haven't seen the price point, but the formula suggests that it'll be slightly lower than Podium's current pre-workout. So this one has 25 servings a tub, and in it is a full 5 grams of full 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, 3 grams of citrulline, pure citrulline, 1.6 of beta-alanine, a gram of tyrosine for focus, and 165 of caffeine. Now, traditionally, if I see 1.6 beta-alanine, I always assume that the company wants you to have 2 to get the full experience, because 3.2 is the more common. I don't know if that's the case here, because you also get the 165 of caffeine, which also leaves you room to have double the amount and get 330 caffeine. And then the tyrosine's at a gram, double takes you to 2 grams for focus. That's a solid amount. The citrulline at 3 grams take you to 6 if you have 2. The only catch is, that has me thinking that this is more of a, this is what it is. They're not encouraging taking more or suggesting that it's even allowed, is that you get 25 servings per tub. So if you take double this and get that solid experience, you end up with 12 servings a tub. But again, the price comes into play here, which is going to be a huge factor. And additionally, that creatine is at 5 grams. So if you double this up to get that 6 grams of citrulline and 3.2 beta-alanine, you are sitting on 10 grams of creatine. And that's, whatever, if you think you like that, if that's what you want, that's great. But obviously the traditional amount, or the most efficient and effective amount, is 5. That's generally what everyone goes for. So it's, do you want to, kind of what I was saying about Man Sports, not that the ingredient does work, but if you want creatine, you could have it in a separate supplement, take 5. Whereas in this case, it has 5 main ingredients, creatine is one of them, and you're going to have to take twice the amount that you might take normally just to get that double experience of the caffeine, citrulline, and beta-alanine. So it's an interesting balance. I think the goal obviously is more intended for just take the 1 serving. Again, it has 25 a tub. I would think it might have been a 40-20 split if they were going to encourage you to take double. And just, this is more one of those not cost effective, but more value focused pre-workouts, at least in comparison to Podium's other pre-workout views. This all is speculation, because I don't know how much it's going to cost. If this thing rolls out at $50, I would be surprised. If it rolls out for the same as Podium's current pre-workout views, I would be surprised. I expect this to fall more around the 30, just to offer people a nice, more value-focused pre-workout, like I was saying. It's launching this week. Athlete pre-workout's launching this week alongside Salt Plus Electrolytes and Whey Isolate. So the entire HWPO training series collaboration is coming out this week through Podium's online store. You can check out our website for all the details on the line. We have an outline of each and everything that's in those products, as well as every story mentioned on here. And we encourage absolutely everyone to go to the site every day, twice a day, 5 times a day, 10 times a day, whatever you want. Share it with your friends, family. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'll be back for next week's podcast. I have been invited to go to Taiwan with New Live Science, the ingredient company behind estrogen. So if I can, I will. It might be late, who knows? But the news will obviously keep rolling. That's the one thing you rest assured, we don't let up on that. We keep the site fresh and full every day, 10 times a day. You'll see a story on that, so no one gets left behind. But yeah, thank you for listening. I look forward to having you back next time.